All right, welcome back. We left you and Chelsea was lined up for a corner and that shot wide on the far post. Number 17, Lily Sherman, had a nice ball down the field. Um, and the defender for the Cranes was able to put pressure on Chelsea and force them out of bounds and created the turnover. And that's where we find ourselves right now with a ball just outside the 25. So this can go directly into the circle. Just outside the 25. Yep, and for the Cranes. Number 17, Lily Sherman, big ball across, and the big hit.
Wow.
So
Okay, well, there's
just
some
in time if
excitement.
you're a Cranes fan to catch that one. That was a beautiful ball, like we had talked about earlier, that if that ball was started inside the 25, it couldn't go directly into the circle. But because she was just outside the 25, and we know 17 has a big hit, she was able to put it across and find number 24, Emma Brandemart, on the back door. So some excitement in the stands for Cranbrook, and here we have the restart for the Bulldogs. And here we go, Bulldogs ball, Patterson with it, looking for number 3. She's got it, pulls right, which is always a great option in field hockey. Find number 13 finds her in her 20 games the circle, and as I've said before, 20 is the leading scorer for the Bulldogs on the season, so she's always a threat once she gains the circle. We've earned another corner with Chelsea.
So, yeah, this will be interesting. This is a good chance for Chelsea to tie it up here, a little bit of pressure.
Yep, and we've got Vogel again, and as we've said, they've run their corners through number 20, who we see here on the short side at the hashes. So we'll look for this ball to go in here. Number 8 is going to re-enter the field for Cranbrook, so she's fine. Big hit.
Big hit.
Oh, what a defensive
wow.
stop. Number 1, I believe, is the number on the post.
Okay, Keely, you got to tell them all what a defensive
stop.
save is. We know we got some kids watching.
So we had Grace Grandalise on the stop there on the post, and we get a defensive save when the ball's behind the goalie, and it for sure is headed into the cage, and a defender goes in and pulls it out, and that was for sure going to be a goal if it wasn't for number 1 standing the post. She did a very nice job and didn't panic as she worked it out. Number 5, Kendra Patterson with the ball, pulls it in, pulls through, and earns another corner. So we've got a third continuation corner, which sometimes is tiresome for the defense because you've got people running 50-yard sprints trying to get back and help out, and you've got the 4 in the cage still trying to be man numbers down and work out.
But it's super exciting when you're a fan.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Sherman
Good
with the
fly.
steal from behind.
Oh, and there's the tie-up.
And the equalizer from, looks like number 3, right? Number 3, Michaela Kegris with that on a little lift that just got by the goalie. It was a quick rebound, and she put it back in. And that really was the quick release of number 3 that found the goal.
So I was going to see if we could show you the scoreboard, but we can't. Bad angle here, but it's all tied up, and we've got 11:22 in the second quarter.
And you can hear in the background the announcing the goals. Brandemart from Sherman and Kegeris, which probably would have no assist on it because it came off the pad, is my recollection of the play. So we've got
goal scored by number 3, Michaela Kegeris. Assisted by number 20, Grace
there was an assist on it. Number 20 they're giving the assist to. And we've got, can't see the numbers when they're facing that way. Looks like.
Who's officiating for us today, Keely?
Yeah, so we've got Deb Dillon and Tom Weinfurther on the game, who you have been officials in Michigan and have done several games over the years.
Maybe a few more than several.
Thankfully, anyone interested in helping grow the game, officials is a great place to start. Tom and Deb have really helped this game grow in Michigan. And as we're talking here, Chelsea earns another corner with a foul inside the circle by the Cranes. Looks like we've got all four back for the Cranes. Remember, it was a rebound here that scored the last corner. And we have 8 inserting to 20. I haven't seen that ball get out of circle. Oh.
So here's a good opportunity for someone to ask a question of why is there a card on that play? Because it looked like they're both going for the ball.
Yeah, so the card's coming out because of the hip. So they were going both, going for the ball, but 17 was reaching a little bit from behind and then played with her hip versus her hands and the ball.
So for all of you out there listening, good tip. Don't reach from behind.
Yeah, and we've seen that call a couple times, and there's times that we don't know what's going on the field. There could have been a warning already issued too for the play from behind. And that was whistled down because it was high off of Grace Lane, creating danger. So number 17, Lily Sherman, was issued the card, and it's a 2-minute card, so she'll be back close to 8 minutes. I didn't look at the clock at the instant of the card, but we're at 9:30 right now, so she's got about a minute and a half left. And
that's a big hit.
Nice big hit. Well, that's one thing. I know that the Cranes play predominantly on grass, and one thing that you do develop is a good strong hit through the grass. So that's not surprising that this is a skill that Cranbrook is really good at. And here we go, the turnover on the sideline, back to the Bulldogs. And she's going, I lose the numbers on the side over there, but we got Lainey Smith over the ball.
I have to tell you, normally Trish and I are sitting up here trying to figure out what any number is. So you're way ahead of our usual commentary, having any number.
So it looks like they found 2. I think that was Rasha. Rasha Sheets, I think is the last name. Sheets. Oh, that's going to be a dangerous hit. Too bad. That is how they connected for their first goal, was a nice big ball from the outside on the backdoor tip. So we're looking for it again in 20. Grace Lane hits the big ball out for Chelsea. So there's been a lot of back and forth in big ball play. They're calling 1 for a high ball there as opposed to the foot of number 3. And here's a nice play defensively for the Cranes. I can't get a number. Number 19, sophomore Anna Timko.
Who?
And it looks like that was an upgrade for a 5-yard call. So that's an umpire's discretion, which you do see typically. And the discretion being whether it's carded or upgraded. But inside the 25, it's typically just upgraded from another free hit to a corner. So everyone must be 5 yards away on a restart. And if the Cranes aren't and it's inside the 25, Chelsea is awarded the corner. So we found 20 again at the top. 20 going over to, 17's back on, going to 5.
There's now the mask on the field. Does that create an issue? Or are they gonna?
No, I mean it's not ruled against. What you're expected to do is get rid of it after the corner's over. It's a question of how much the continuation play is. So she was doing what she was supposed to do by removing the mask. And she threw it as best she could out. That's really good defense by 17. Lily Sherman. Too bad she got the foot. Number 5, Kendra Patterson, found the foot, but that was a really nice, patient defense. She's questioning, having a conversation with the official. I don't know if questioning is the right term. I'm not sure what the question was. We've got 7:10 left in the game, 1-1 tie between Chelsea and Cranbrook at this point. And then a corner for Chelsea. Vogel, and we've seen it go to 20, and it's going to 20. 20 for direct. 17 really had a beautiful fly there. That's her second time that she's pulled off the ball off the fly. And number 5 with a foot. So she's got good speed. number 17, and that was the foot of Lily Fulton. Here we go, number 8. My guess is it's going to 20. And here we go to 20. We like to take the direct shot. Oh, beautiful save.
Nice.
Oh, and wide, number 14. A beautiful save by the goalie. And I actually can't see the goalie number, so I don't know if we've got the freshman Grace Hardy in cage or the sophomore Julia Housey. As once I solve that, I will let you know. I guess if I look at the bench,
real close.
I can
No,
figure that out.
she's not turning around.
Another
She's
corner.
probably smart.
Well, if I can see who's on the 50's on the sideline. So this is the sophomore Julia Housey in cage. She's made some really nice saves for Cranbrook, keeping the game at the 1-1 tie. So we've got 8 over the ball. My guess is we're going to see it go to 20. And here we go on the insert. Oh, that was a swing through. I'm not sure if it was ball or stick. So on that play, there was contact with 17's knee, probably with the swing through on the fly, and that sometimes is the unfortunate part or the rough part that you get on the fly.
I have to say, I'm always impressed by field hockey players. They are as tough as they come. Unbelievable. Take a stick in the knee, roll around on the grass a little, get up, and keep going.
Yep, and so that ball came up a little bit, but I think they were calling it off of a defender's stick, so they allowed the play to go on, and Tillman was able to pick it out of the air for the finish, and that is completely legal. And we've got 11, Olivia DeMuth with the dribble through the center, and some nice play by Yes, and a quick restart by number 19. That's Timko, I believe, for the Cranes, and out of bounds off of white. Oh, nope, they're calling it off of blue, or the Cranes, I guess that's not, I don't know if that's a gray.
Well,
it's a gray.
And as per usual, we see things up here they don't see when you're at eye level.
And it was a 50-50, so a little bit of a guess sometimes anyhow. So 19, too bad. Yep.
A lot of pressure from Cranbrook
really nice
here.
Pressure on number 29. 29 is Stella Moore for the Bulldogs. You have 19 standing over the top of the ball, putting the pressure on, and 13 looking for number 11. Oh, just missed the pull. 11 had some nice stick work in the middle, and 19 applies very nice pressure. But Chelsea finds the big ball and finds Michaela Kegaris through the middle, dribbling across field right around the midfield, and finds number 27, Lauren Weinrich, for the Bulldogs, but it's Weinrich's foot, and it's ball out of bounds. That's off of Stella Moore's foot, so possession to the Cranes. They allow the play on, and 11 comes through with the ball. With the ball, pulled by Stella Moore, and she gets the stick obstruction. We've got Ava Woodard over the ball looking for the outlet. And just gets under it. So it's going to be Crane's ball right at the top of the circle. A good opportunity here for the equalizer. So let's see what they've got now. Different than the first goal. Because they're inside the 25, this ball is going to have to move 5 yards before the insert. Now, number 17, I think, is trying to get the call to be outside the 25. And I don't blame her with the hit she has, but it's going to be inside, and we have to carry 5 or pass before we hit it. And yep, and not a bad idea. Oh, she just didn't get all of it. But nice work by number 21 for the Cranes to get that ball, but couldn't find anyone inside. So we've got Kendra Patterson finding Lady Smith on the outside, and the carry for Smith. Nice stop by the Cranbrook defender, and we're dropping under balls at the midfield for the Bulldogs. Off of the Crane defender, Emma Brandemar, and another side in here for the Bulldogs, right at the 35-yard line, or almost. So ball back to Kendra Patterson. Nice ball through the middle, but it comes up on the stick of the Crane defender, number, I think, 13. Oh, a little traffic. And 21, Vogel, who's a good player, comes away with it. Too bad 28 had a nice stop for the Cranes, just couldn't connect with Lily Sherman in the middle, and it went back to the Bulldogs. Good defense by number, I think that's 5, Simcoe. Can't always see the number, although I'm beginning to be able to recognize her.
I'm impressed.
Oh, and I'm
can't see a
sorry,
single
5 is
number.
not Simcoe. That's my mistake. 5 is Lily Fulton. Apologies, Lily. Although I am beginning to recognize number 5, I've got to remember the names. Ball down low for the Chelsea Bulldogs, and again, yep, you see her pulling back, so she gets the 5 yards, and good approach by Lily Sherman. Nice touch by 28, Katie Keegan. Oh, and a swing through by 27, and Weinrich creates the turnover and ball coming out for the Cranes. So this has been some good action, Laura.
This has been exciting, I have to say. There's a lot of action on both ends, a lot of contested balls. Everyone seems to be pressuring hard.
Yep.
Nobody's standing back and just letting it happen.
Yep. Good speed and athleticism by both teams.
A lot of intentionality in their play. Not, it's very obvious these girls have been working really hard on strategy and execution.
Yep.
And you can see there, I think one of the things that we noticed this year during regular play, that the emphasis on good outletting being so important.
Yep. Oh, that's a nice pickup by Brandemart on the ball in. Good defense. I think it's Tillman on Brandemart there. I can't really see that number, though. Yeah, it's Tillman. And there's Brandemart's defending against Ava Woodard, who's doing a nice job with possession. Unfortunately, stick obstruction to the Cranes, and so a turnover. That ball should go back, but yeah, there we go. Last minute of play here in the first half. We're 2-1 Chelsea.
This has been a great first half. This is what you expect in a playoff game.
Yep.
Both teams obviously plan to advance.
Yep, so 50 seconds and ball just inside the 25, so we can't go directly in. And let's see if 24 can run it down. Oh, too bad. Too bad, just out of bounds. 30 seconds left. Looks like a ball coming out for Chelsea. We ended up with a nice night.
It's gorgeous.
I
was thinking we might have a lightning delay, but
yeah, they moved through, so that was good.
I know some of the other playoff games tonight did experience delays.
Yeah, not surprising. That storm system that moved through really did bring a great line of thunderstorms. So just depending on the game start time and how far east you were on the in the state, depended if it delayed your game or not. Well, there we go, the end of the first half, 2-1 Chelsea. Cranbrook opened up scoring with a nice backdoor tip from Emma Brandemart connecting Lily Sherman, sent the ball in. Nice finish. And then we have the answer from Tillman and Hageris in almost immediately with the first goal, and then probably a couple minutes later for the second goal. So we stand at 2-1. And this being my first time in the box, do we take a break, or do they get to keep hearing me talk?
Yeah, we'll end up taking a little break here. I'm looking to see if we've got some updates on other games that are being played right now, since it is playoff season. We did hear that the Father Gabriel Richard Liggett game is on their second weather delay. Looks like Liggett is ahead 3-1. And those are all the scores we have for now, but we'll try and get back with you here with some new ones and just let you kind of take a break and watch the field. But since you're on a break and you got to experience another technical delay earlier, I just would like to put a plug out there for Great Lakes Regional Field Hockey. Both Keely and I are volunteer workers for Great Lakes, and the mission of Great Lakes is to grow field hockey in the region, and that's done through offering programming, training, things like this, where we can broadcast games that allow our athletes to get some exposure, but also for our younger athletes to see games as well as develop a fan base. We work really hard to do the things that are in the best interests of the entire region in field hockey. So if you'd like to support some of our undertakings, and since a lot of people couldn't come to the game tonight, we'd love it if you would go to our website, glrfieldhockey.org, and under Watch, which is probably where you are watching this now, you'll see there are two blue bar buttons that you could click, one to become a member. We like playing and non-playing members, and also a support button. If you'd like to donate the cost of a ticket, we'd certainly be happy to have it and get you on our mailing list so you can come out and learn to play yourself.
Yeah, and Laura, I really, it's been exciting and fun to see what we've been able to do at Great Lakes Regional Field Hockey in the short time that we've been in existence. I think we've, uh, filed paperwork last December.
Just about,
And
yeah.
in the short time that we've been able to provide virtual training to 80 some athletes
80.
around the
Wow.
Michigan region during when there was the lockdown and people had to be working on their skill set from home. That was exciting. We reached schools and locales that we had never worked with before. And then we went on to adult programming in the summer, and we will be doing adult programming again in November, December, January, and February.
And I'm here to tell you that's a lot of fun, having done it myself.
And
You're
Laura, being a field hockey fan, not a former player,
right.
it's a place for everyone. Everyone's welcome at the Adult Learn and Play. We had a follow-up event in Dexter that was run concurrently with the Middle School Challenge. And we've really looked at ways to support the field hockey. One of the things that I'm most proud of that we did was granted money back into the programs in the area. We had
Absolutely.
uniform grants and coaching grants, and we're able to hand those out to the tune of $3,200 that we had raised through the virtual training. So everything that we raised goes right back into the community in support of the growth of the game. And we really look to grow thriving programs and want to see the sport grow. We want to see programs that are in existence succeed, have the infrastructure that they need for success. So we look at the growth of the entire sport from, introductions at first and second grade. We just were part of a terrific Discover Field Hockey program that USA Field Hockey runs. That was held last weekend in Lansing, which is a new market for field hockey in Michigan, and we're following up with it this weekend. We have 16 players between first and seventh grade playing field hockey for the first
That's
time
awesome.
tomorrow. So we look to do that if that's something that you want brought to your community. Info at Great Lakes at glrfieldhockey.org would be the email address to drop a message to us and let us know how we can support your community.
And if you're interested, I mean, one of the things I think that's really important to understand is the only thing necessary to get field hockey going in your community is interest. We have extremely capable trainers who come out and train your coaches and get your program started, help you understand the ins and outs. The Discover Field Hockey program will actually even get you started with equipment. It's a really good opportunity to have an activity that advances not only the sport but the lives of the athletes that play it. A lot of these girls are going to go on to play in college, and a lot of them are not. And if you ask them why they put in all the hard work, they'll tell you because it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And as a parent, I can tell you it develops character through the teamwork. So we hope you'll give it a look.
And here we go. Pass
here
back.
We go.
The Cranes with the ball to start the third. And we have a quick whistle on a foot, I think is what they called. And Patterson picked it right up for play. And the ball goes back to Patterson on a stick obstruction by 17. Nice ball across. It's a good midfield transfer, finding number 1, Leah Spink. And Spink found the foot of number 13 and a ball back to Chelsea. And 13 for the Cranes is senior captain Peyton Messner. And 5 carried in, got the foul off of 17 didn't quite gain the circle, so it's coming back out. And again, must go 5 before she enters the circle. Got another call. Back to Patterson. And again.
So Kendra always wears brightly colored shoes. I've known Kendra since probably eighth. She was an eighth grade player, played with my daughter, and she always wears brightly colored shoes, which I have to tell you, as an older person, I really appreciate.
Does make it easier to pick
It
out who
really
got
does,
it.
because I couldn't tell you her number if my life depended on it.
So Lane carried in, had nice possession skills in the circle and drew the corner. So we've got Vogel over the ball, which again, my guess is it will be inserted to number 20, Grace Lane. And it looks like the Cranes have made an adjustment to this because they've got now their flyer moved outside the cage. I don't believe that's where she was lining up before, and she gets the ball again.
So why would you make that kind of an adjustment, Keely?
Yeah, so as I've kind of said, every insert I've seen it go to number 20 and 20 standing on the hashes. So that just gives the fly a little bit like 3 more steps by moving her outside the cage and closer. They haven't given her a reason not to really cover Lane with this. And then that was a very nice pull and adjustment by Lane because 17's coming hard. Made a nice pull, tried to find the pass back to 3, Kegaris, and that caused a foul by Kegaris and ball back to the Cranes. So definitely some adjustments, and that's a beautiful ball to space. She found a very nice seam there, hitting the 75 yards. No one on the other end to pick it up, and 19 Timko getting back under the ball, but must have had a stick obstruction in the play. Anna Timko, she's a sophomore for the Cranes. The Cranes seem to have quite a few sophomores on the field, so that bodes well for the future. Seems like quite a few sophomores and quite a few seniors, so with a few juniors sprinkled in. Number 8 gets that ball, senior Stephanie Nima. And we've got, Sherman back over the ball, finds number 19, Timko this time, with a big pull around Stella Moore. And they're off to the races, finding Emma Brandemart, but Patterson comes away with that ball. Oh, we just had a third party, though. Patterson dribbled into her own player, maybe reached out her foot or caused the third party either way, the Cranes ball. And DeMuth finds the top of the circle just outside, draws the foul. And again, is going to have to, she has to go 5. She's trying to pull it back out, but the foul was in the center, right at the edge of the circle. And Tommy's finding the spot exactly. So, 5 with the big ball in. And a save on the shot by Foppel, even though it wouldn't have scored.
That was a beautiful stick save by Nina Foppel.
Yeah.
I don't know if you all caught that, but she put her stick out to the right, and she basically directed the ball off the end line there and away from her goal. And as a goalie parent, I'm here to tell you that ain't easy to do. So that's a lot of practice on her part, a lot of stick work drills that have just paid off.
Oh, my goodness. And Foppel with another great save. We've got 17 again with the big ball in, and Brandemart standing on the post. Put the ball to cage, and Foppel just got a piece of it and sent it wide.
So
some exciting action here for the
That
Cranes.
really is. And, for all you young goalkeepers out there, the way you do that is practice, 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 and more practice, not in a game. So that's a lot of drills, how to get down fast, how to follow a ball, and know where you are on your angle.
And Foppel is an accomplished goalie in her own
She's
right.
had an exciting month, too.
Yes, just committed to play collegiate field hockey at Indiana University in the Big Ten. So she's got one more season with the Bulldogs, and then off to Indiana she'll go. Foot for the Cranes, number 17's foot. We got a carry by Leah Spink, number 1, looking for Lainey Smith. Number 4. Found a foot on the away team at 17 with a big ball. Just going to go off the field, no one to connect with. Brandemart was holding inside, and that ball was outside. We've got Brandemart and number 19, Tempo. So these are their two forwards, are both sophomores for the Cranes. Good little touch. Brandemart breaking down the steps, trying to find good little possession, good pull. And let's see what a speed she has. Pull finds number 14, Foot. And ball back to number 11, Olivia DeMuth, who is a senior captain for the Cranes. Looking for Rasha Sheath, who is a senior. Maybe it's Risha.
Oh.
Oh, and it's a green. I was looking at names on the roster, so I didn't see it.
I'm not sure what the foul was, but
well, so DeMuth is finding a seat and will be there for 2 minutes, so she'll be back in play at 7:07. We've got 9 minutes now even left in the third quarter, and it's a 2-1 lead for Chelsea. Cranes broke the scoring first with a nice backdoor play from Emma Brandemart. She found the pass from Lily Sherman, who had a nice big ball entry. And then we had the answer from Sarah Tillman and Michaela Kagris for the 2-1 lead for the Bulldogs. And there was a hit from number 5, senior Lily Colton, which was a turnover that Chelsea picked up nicely. Okay, a little bit of a stick obstruction by number 4 there. Back to the Cranes. So this has been good action back and forth. Good tempo. I think this half has been a little bit cleaner, a little bit more possession, finding our teammates a little bit better than the first half for both sides. We see some tight marking here in the midfield.
Yeah, you can definitely feel an amp up in the pressure in the stadium. I can only assume that they're feeling that a little bit on the field.
Yep.
As we get further into this half, I think we'll probably see a lot more of that, especially since it's such a closely contested game.
Yeah. Now, I haven't seen, I think, if I recall, number 12, Milani Sheath, which I'm guessing is the sister of number 2, just from the same last name. She was a starter, I believe. I haven't seen her back on the field. Big clear. They let it play because it wasn't dangerous, and 24 ran into it to try to get the possession. Too bad.
Was that her own player that put it back to her?
So it was a big clear off of the goalie.
Yeah, the ball into the goalie. I thought that was her own player.
To be honest with you, no, I don't recall. You could be right. And this is number 2, Risha. Oh, nice big ball again from Grace Lane. We're going to let that run out of bounds, I'm guessing. Of course, the mask being in play, we don't want to move that off the field. So let's see what the match is from. Oh, and just so you know, number 11 is back on the field.
Oh, there we go.
And we're clearing that.
Mask mover.
Mask is cleared. Number 5 with the big ball. Oh, but she called the danger. Which that's sometimes you get a different angle and it looks more dangerous, and from a different angle it doesn't look as dangerous. To me, it looked like it hit a seam, but I think from where Deb Dillon was standing, it looked like that the Chelsea player had to move out of the way to keep herself safe. So, yep. Well played by number 2. We've got 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter, 2-1 lead for Chelsea. And a big ball, looks like a foot. Brandemart picks it up, pulls. Too bad. Too bad that ball just got a little bit wide on her. It was a really nice idea. She definitely beat the defender with that pull. Just couldn't pick it up on the other end. And, yep, good talk, good communication. But no harm, no foul. No one was nearby. 17 with the speed. Sherman coming back. Let's see where she goes with this. She's got a little bit of pressure on her. Yep. Well done. A little bit of a hard whistle. Ooh, too bad, because she has a cutter. And Kendra Patterson is a strong defender for the Bulldogs. She's got nice stick work and good possession skills. So she will work that out. didn't get the third party call there that she wanted, but probably because it was too far away from her. 24 with the foot, so ball back to Chelsea. Oh, yep.
We have a lot of big ball hockey tonight. That's something we don't see a whole
you
lot
don't
of.
see a whole lot of that. But,
Ooh,
you know,
speaking of.
Yep, and there's a big ball in, and let's see what happens here. Nice save by the goalie. Good work for Vogel to get the shot on, and we just found another foot, number 8. Yeah, you know, so tactics are different from a grass surface just because the ball doesn't always cooperate with you on small,
Very
handy
true.
stick work. So you do have a different form of the game. And, you know, Cranbrook's grass field is well maintained, and it's a very nice grass field, but that still doesn't mean that you can have a lot of stick work. That's a great ball from Timko over to Brandemart. Good pickup by Brandemart. Boy, well done. You know, she beat Kendra Patterson and then had the other defender but got the call. That was a really nice pickup on the big hit by Timko, and then the good pass to space for Brandemart.
So what is the good defense or the good counter to big ball field hockey?
Too bad. Well, so you got to close up your seams, back off your press. Those are 2 ways that we approach it.
So for people who are field hockey newbies, maybe you can explain what a seam is. This is a good view for that.
Yep. Well, so there's the press that they had, 11, 24, and 19. We're trying to prevent the big ball from going through. And the seam would be the space between 11 and 24. The space between it was 11 and 19 that were the press. So, and a seam is just anywhere where you can find a way to split the defender, get the ball between the 2 defenders. And as people hit big balls, you tend to back off your press to give you a little more time to get through. I mean, to see the ball. But if you back it off and go wide, you create bigger seams. So you've got to back it up and keep tight if you really, you know, if you're going to keep it inside your press.
So in this circumstance, looking for a seam and seeing none, a self-start.
Yeah, so she felt like there wasn't good options forward, which the press was tight. And, you know, as you get on the side of the field, you can tighten up your press. You have less room that you have to cover. Third party call there. The 19 worked super hard to get that call. So she decided to take a dribble to try to, and that's, you know, a great option too.
This is exciting. We're at 214. 214. Thank you. I was going to say, now wait a minute. I'm really going to need new glasses here. Left to go in the third quarter, and we have a corner.
I think this is our first Cranbrook corner, if I'm
of the quarter or the half.
Definitely of the quarter, but I think of the game.
No, I think they had one already.
They had one in the first.
I thought.
Good save. Oh, that was a nice save.
So really good job by the goalkeeper there.
All right, so you see they've backed the press off there. They're 10 yards off. You can be just 5 yards off, so that's what they've done to try to prevent the big ball from getting through, is just giving themselves more time to see. Tip off of Bohr. So this ball right now is off of Chelsea. So the goalie plays it. Not sure. Oh, that's her mask. I was going to say that looks like her. Oh, big ball. Here it comes. Brandemart picking it up, finding the cross. Oh, I tell you, 19 really has a good sense for the cage and a good sense for the ball. That's, I believe, Anna Timko. They're getting some good pressure here. 1 minute to play in the third, and we've been down in the Cranes end now for probably 4 minutes.
Bulldogs end.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, the Cranes offensive end.
Smart move there by Chelsea, looking to counter that big ball hit.
So this is
takes some guts to run up on that hit.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all remember the couple years ago, one of the Pioneer players who lost her front teeth while playing. Big smiling picture of her with them missing.
Oh, too bad. We've got 8 seconds to play, so that would do it for the third. They'll get the ball on, but that's going to be about it. And there's your time.
Okay.
So that was an exciting.
Yeah, 2-1. It's still anybody's game.
Yep, and the Cranes had some great pressure there at the end. Nina made some good saves for Chelsea. Yep. So it's been fun to be able to see these live stream games and be a part of them. I've watched several,
and hopefully they're getting better. We're it's amateur hour here at the theater, and we're starting to learn a lot more about how to get it done well.
Yeah, I think our quality of our video is good. It's great to see different games, different teams from around the state play. It's just nice to be able to keep up on field hockey, just not just your own team or just your own communities and the surrounding communities. So that's been one initiative that we undertook at Great Lakes Regional Field Hockey, was bringing field hockey for a couple of different reasons. For the live stream, obviously COVID gave us a reason that we wanted to be able to see field hockey because stands were closed for a while, but we had the initiative before COVID forced our hand.
This is true.
And it really was to promote the sport in the state and to promote the girls that play the sport in the state and the athletes and the hard work that they do, and be able to have fans from outside be able to see it. And again, that's one of the things that we talk about a lot at Great Lakes Regional Field Hockey, is how to grow the game of field hockey in Michigan. There's some real fans of the game, and it continues to grow, and we're excited to see that. And we've got some great initiatives as we continue to grow in Michigan.
And I think the opportunities in Michigan are something we should talk about. People think East Coast or West Coast, but mostly East Coast when they think field hockey, where it's huge. Both Keely and I hail from the East Coast, where everybody, when they're small, is aware of field hockey, but not so as you move farther west. But the quality of the athletes and how hard they work is just as good. In fact, I'm going to swing a little bit to the left here real quick and see if I can get the girl in the window to wave. Maybe you can knock on it and just wave at the camera for a minute. So there's a couple of players there. But what I wanted you to see was Abby Tamer, who plays on the junior national team. And it's really important to understand the quality and athleticism that we have out here in the Midwest. These girls work really hard. They have good skills. They can compete. They just need the opportunity to be seen and to have the right opportunities to play. And that's something that Great Lakes Field Hockey is very much trying to create.
Back in action here. Chelsea's sideline ball right around the 20, it looks like, where they're going to get it. It's been exciting to see the different things that we're able to do in Great Lakes, and it's been exciting to see the different things that has happened in Michigan field hockey over the last 5 years, and the growth of the sport, the growth of the competitive level, the competitive cauldron. All of those things contributing to opportunities for the girls to continue to play, for opportunities for more girls to play, to grow the sport, to add teams.
Now, I think it's important to understand too. It's not just the high competitive level, but it's also that it's a lot of fun, and it's a great opportunity to play. And we need more opportunities for more girls to be able to play the sport.
So we've got Patterson on the ball. Sherman dispossesses Patterson. Oh, just doesn't get all the ball, trying to get it out. And I think that's Tillman, number 14, picks it up. Ball in by Weinrich, out to 13 for the Cranes. I've forgotten who number 13 is. Senior captain Peyton Messner.
Wow, big ball.
Big ball, and here comes DeMoose. This is senior captain Olivia DeMoose, and Emma Brandemart running with her. Ava Woodard on the defense, pulls right. Two good defensive plays by the Bulldogs. Yep, and there's the corner. So a nice breakaway, good pickup by Olivia DeMoose, the senior captain.
I'll say.
And then Brandemart keeping the possession alive for the Cranes, earning the corner. And here we go. We know this is at least the second. You think the third, maybe the fourth.
Maybe. I suppose we should start keeping track.
I was going to say we needed the score sheet out.
Things we learn as we go.
Either way, we know it's number 2 in the half for sure.
We're going to be trying to bring a lot more games to you this playoff season.
I believe we've got Timko over the ball. I can't really see her number, but that's, number 19. And out. So it's outside the circle. We've got a lot of tips on that ball. Too bad it's in for the 16-yard free hit for the Bulldogs. Number 8, the senior, Stephanie Nima, put that ball back in, and it just tipped and bounced out of bounds. A little bit of a lift and out of bounds on the Bulldogs.
So we have 12:25 left. They've got to be getting a little bit tired.
I was going to say, we haven't seen a whole lot of subbing.
No.
So I think they are probably getting tired. I don't know. I think we saw. Ball to the gut. A lift on the ball from Lily Fulton, and it looked like it went into Maddie Vogel's.
Well, she's still standing.
She's still standing. Probably a little wind knocked out of her, but she'll be fine. Might leave a mark, but that wouldn't be the first, I would guess, as a senior captain. She probably had 1 or 2 more marks on her.
I'm sure.
Yep. And
she can compare with a goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm. That's her sister, 21, Vogel, on the ball. Pass through
another
the middle.
Big ball.
Just that first touch was a little big for Brandemart. Here comes number 14 out of the backfield with it. A stick obstruction on. I think they called 11 for it, but 13.
So good move, I think, by the umpire to bring the ball back there and ask for a restart and not let the fast start go. It was getting a little congested. And I think it didn't quite stop.
Yep. That's number 2, Raisha Shee, that picked that ball up. Stella Moore with the big hit. Here's the big ball through. We've got the defender in play, though, and it's a turnover deep in the backfield. And here comes the Bulldogs back with it. We've got reach from behind, and my guess is this is going to play on. Yeah. Vogel, I tell you.
Little miscue there, but they got the corner. That was interesting to see a Bulldog come up on the ball from an angle against the hitter or the intended hitter.
Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing we're at double digits for the Bulldogs corner count. They had quite a few there in the.
I love this. We're going to start keeping track now. See what happens when you get qualified people calling games? I love it. I learned from Trish. I learned from Keeley. Only one way to get better.
Where's our statistician? Who wants to be on board as the stat?
That's what we need.
Yeah. So that was a little lift that was whistled before the shot was actually saved for danger.
Which is too bad because it was a nice save.
It was a nice save. This goalie has played well for the Cranes. There's that big ball through the middle. Is 11 going to come back and pick it up? Yep, and off to 24, let's see if she gets around number 14 or not. 14 kind of held position well. And we go out of bounds with it. That's too bad. 14 did a nice job and adjusted to the full right that Emma Brandemart had been using and kept her to the outside and forced her on her reverse stick. So we've got Woodard on the ball. She's going to change the field, finding number 21 Vogel outside. So it looks like we might have a sub stepping up here for the Cranes.
Oh.
Number 21, I'm not sure. Skylar Ferens, a sophomore. I believe it looks like she'll be going in. I don't see. We've had one sub for the Bulldogs at least because I see Leah Spinks on this side, so I know she was on the field at one point. So there's been a few subs, but not many. Oh, too bad. That was a nice block tackle, just played the ball back into her foot. Nice defense, just a little bit big of a touch, and unfortunately found the foot of number 17 for the corner.
So it's interesting. A lot of corners here for the Bulldogs, but they only have 2 points on the board. So it tells you that the corner defense for Cranbrook has been doing quite well. And I think in no small part it is due to the fly.
Yeah, number 17, Lily Sherman's speed is nice coming out. We're at 8:49 remaining in the fourth quarter. 2-1 lead for Chelsea. Oh, and I was thinking, there we go. You've got a few fans in the stands for Cranbrook saying, "Hit it up the field." They're cheering on Lily Sherman.
Well, they know the
and
strategy
her hit, and
for the Cranes for sure.
Yep, and you've got 11 pulled high.
And there it is.
It's just not going to make it to it as hard as she tried. But we can keep it down here maybe? My headset just beeped. Does that mean anything?
Now you're good.
Okay. Learning as we go. And we've got Tillman on the ball, finding Weinrich. And we've got Timko back over the ball. Oh, too bad.
So kind of a different game for Chelsea here as opposed to Cranbrook, given the time at 7:43. Cranbrook needs to find a goal. Chelsea just needs to keep it cool and keep it out.
Yep.
That's a big ball.
Zubair. Everyone's moaning and groaning as 17 from about the 40 sent a ball right across cage that was just looking for the backdoor tipper and just didn't find it. So ball back to Chelsea and pushing out wide, and too bad off of the Brandon Martin stick, and it's Simon for Chelsea.
So Chelsea's got to go for the possession and control here.
Yeah.
They're going to have to not let the Cranes step up into their passes. That's
a good pickup by 28. That's, I think, Katie Keegan. 21 is the new player on. So I got to learn her name. I think it was Skylar. 21, yeah, Skylar Ferens. And here's Patterson against the sophomore Timko. Ooh, that's a hard foul from the wrong side. She wasn't really behind, but she was on the wrong side, reaching across the body, and it's a yellow. So that's not what the Cranes needed. It's a yellow because we've seen this card already.
Yeah.
We've seen that particular card given in the sense of like the reach from behind. Card was a two.
You remember we discussed that in the first half.
Yeah, it was a green card to DeMuth, I believe, who had gotten it.
Which with 17 on the field might not matter.
Yeah.
That girl is fast.
Yeah, so we'll see what kind of adjustment. They lost a forward, and Timko has been doing a really nice job. She went out at 6:23, so she's off until 1:23. So it'll be hard to play down a man while you're looking for a goal, but we'll see. The big ball through doesn't need a lot of, just needs to find the right stick, doesn't need to find, and now that looks like, oh, okay, again, I thought it was someone else's, but doesn't need to necessarily need a lot of people for a big ball through. That's interesting that they let that go.
That was a funny start.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't seem like we had a pause there.
But did not cost the Cranes. And
see a little adjustment there from the head coach to number 17.
Yeah.
While play is going on.
Yep, he's making some personnel adjustments that you can hear him yelling in. So he gave Lily Sherman probably what the plan was, and then was yelling it out to the team just to make the adjustments. They've still got to move high, holding that high forward position that they're going to look for. She's stretching the field even more than she was before, and that's going to be the game plan. Down a man, that's really your best option, is to just try to find a big ball to your skilled senior captain and let her take it one-on-one against their sophomore back and let her take it to the goal. That's what the play that they're looking for.
Well, we'll see what they can put together here at 4:36.
Yep.
And the Cranes have the ball.
Yep. And their defensive, it's their defensive 40, and there's just got a little bit under it. And there's some groans again. Your angle and our angle and the ref's angle. There's 3 different angles, so
yeah,
whether we saw danger or not, the ref did, and the ball was definitely lifted.
And the interesting thing is there's always only one view that matters.
True.
And that's the umpire with a whistle.
Yep.
Good cross.
That's a great cross ball. 3 Kegeris on the corner, or on not the corner, the backside of that play. We've got, 11's holding that high space, 24's joining her. Couldn't quite get the ball through. Chelsea's clearly made the adjustment that they know that that's going to be the play. So it'll be interesting to see the cat and mouse or the back and forth of, I make this adjustment, you make that adjustment. Chelsea is definitely clogging the middle so that the big ball really, there's no seam for it. We're at 3:20 left in the game, so we've got another 2 minutes for number 19 on the sideline. Here, sitting on a yellow card for play from behind. Number 11, we think, picked up the card for play from behind first, and so that's why it got upgraded to a yellow for number 19, even though it wasn't her card. And what's on the team, that's what they do with it. Oh. That's unfortunate for the Cranes, for the Bulldogs. It hit right out of bounds. So it's going to be Cranes ball at the 50 pretty much on the side.
So at
stop the clock. Yep. The clock guy is on it. So they whistled the clock to stop because the ball is down in the shed, 30 yards behind the field.
Oh well,
So, and they've got a new ball on the side. They just need to get the player back now that was chasing the ball.
Oh, she comes back with the ball.
And it's Captain Lily Sherman that was chasing the ball, and we know we'll wait for her because she'll be on the hit.
So what do you think we'll see here? A big hit downfield looking for that seam? Which, look how tight that is.
Yeah, and, they've overplayed every player. If you looked at the field, every player was this side of the hash. So the space is really, that's the adjustment that Chelsea's been making is to overplay the ball because they know that they're looking for the through ball. We've got a minute left still with Timko on the card. Grace Lane with some possession and carrying into the circle and out of bounds off of Chelsea. So it's going to be Crane's ball with 2:10 remaining. 2-1 Chelsea. We had Cranbrook get on the board first with a nice entry pass from 17 to a backdoor finish for 17 Lily Sherman to a backdoor finish with Emma Brandemart, and then Chelsea
not a big ball there.
No, I think that's fatigue and trying to get it, trying to get that ball through and really having to thread the ball at this point.
So don't misread that, folks. That was very accidental. Sticks do get caught on people, and you do hear the woo from the crowd, but it's fairly rare you see that as an intentional.
Yep. So if you look at the field, you look at it in thirds. Right now, every player is in the left side third, or an unfortunate foot there for the Cranes. 19's back on the field. We've got a minute 15 remaining in the game. Ball to Chelsea. And then she's going to go over the top. Good possession. Yep. Didn't give her time to play that ball down.
So 1 minute.
Yep, and we've put everyone inside the
That's a big ball and nobody there.
Yep. So 48 seconds remaining. Chelsea can slow play down here, which they're doing. 16, got it blocked up. Yep, now we're going to get a different hitter over the ball. Now we're going to move the ball.
I have to tell you, though, the Cranes should be really proud of the performance they put on here tonight. They played competitive field hockey.
Yep, and now
they're still playing competitive field hockey there.
Yep, Patterson is just going to dribble out the clock is the goal of this. Four needs some help here. Oh, out of bounds, 17's over the ball, 12 seconds remaining, big ball in. Oh,
jeez.
And that hit.
She's out.
That hit number 20 up high. God. We don't know where.
They better get a. She's.
I think she
she's
went
moving.
down because of
she's moving.
Where it hit her, not because it hit her in the head. But I'm not sure where it hit her. So everyone's taken a knee.
So this is a good example of why dangerous play gets called. You see it get called a lot, and people wonder, well, okay, but. And I think when you get into the heat of intense competition and you've got a clogged field, you get a really strong ball like that. It's really hard ball. I don't know what the durometer is on it, but it is hard.
And it looks like it was shoulder possibly that it got. Just from looking at shoulder arm, she's holding her right hand, and they're giving the ball back to the Cranes, so it could have come off someone else's stick.
Okay,
and
deflection.
Up into her. Yeah, I mean 7 seconds left. You got to get it in the circle. Take it 1 second. Oh, and just time is going to run out on the Cranes' effort. That was a well-played game by both Cranbrook and Chelsea. Exciting.
Very exciting.
Probably had their best quarter would have been their third quarter. They had some nice pressure on the Bulldogs in there and just couldn't get the ball to find the inside of the cage. They had some nice balls to cage and some nice saves by Nina Fonkel to keep the game a 2-1 lead for Chelsea. So she stepped up when she needed to for sure. So I thought it was a well-played game, and so we appreciate everyone who tuned in. And like Laura said at halftime, we're really proud of the work that we're doing at Great Lakes Regional Field Hockey. If you want to support the growth of the game in Michigan and you want to support Great Lakes Regional Field Hockey, visit our webpage, glrfieldhockey.org, and look for the donate button or the membership and join button. And we'd love to have you part of the family and a part of the efforts that we're making in Michigan to grow the game. And
absolutely. So come be part of supporting this great game and these great athletes who really deserve to have all of our support as they work so hard to train and to succeed on and off the field with field hockey. And thanks for joining us. And I hope that actually we're gonna give you a quick goodbye here from the booth.